Hello everybody, I'm Tiffany of Tiffany Outdoors. Welcome to my channel. In today's episode, I'm going to be introducing my horse to archery. That's right, I'm going to try and teach my horse to carry me while I'm shooting a bow off of her back. Stay tuned. So this training that I'm going to be doing with Bailey is going to take several weeks. I'm going to introduce her to the sounds of the bow, the sight of the bow, the arrows clinking around inside the quiver, and the sound of an arrow hitting a target. And first thing I'm going to do is get her out, go ahead and put her saddle on and get her into the round pen and do a little bit of lunging with her to get all of her excess energy, if you will, get that out, to get her thinking and relaxed and ready for training. So I'll get back to you after that's all done, and I'll show you what I do to introduce her to the bow. Okay, so I have Bailey with me here, got her all saddled up. You cannot see the whole entire round pen because of where I have my camera situated, but I'm going to try and make most of my turns somewhere in this area so you can see how I turn her. And I'm going to do what's called free lunging. I'm not going to have her attached to a line. She will have her halter on, but I'll be holding the lead rope. So I'm going to get started. Try to relax. See some fireworks when I turn her. Or not. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to introduce her to the bow again. I tried this yesterday, or a couple days ago, but we're going to start over like I hadn't done it for the first time. So we're going to do it again. I hope you guys can see this. I'm going to back her up. Back up. Back up. Back up. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to let her see it. You got to make sure you let them see it out of both eyes. So then I'm just going to wave it around, just move it. Do all kinds of things with it. What am I going to be doing? I'm going to be doing this a lot. Might be doing this a lot. Might be doing this a lot. Who knows? I want her to be desensitized to any movement that I might make with this without her freaking out. Before I touch her with it, I'm going to wave it around. Wave it around her body before it even touches her. Bow's going to be up here because this is where I'm going to be. Wave it up here. Wave it around her head. Back. On the back. On the front. She's actually pretty calm about this. That was easy. Introduce it to her front again. I want to smell it. Smell me. Smell the string. Next toucher. Just to touch every part of her. Against her feet, her legs, under her belly. Bump it around on the saddle. I'm going to be clumsy with it. I'm actually trying to find anything that will give her a reaction so I'll have something to work on, so when I do get on her back, I don't have any surprises. I might drop the bow when I'm up here. I definitely don't want her freaking out because of that. Put it on her ears. Make her feet with it. Make her back feet. Up, back, up, to her belly. Her hips. Okay. Pretty calm. Okay. So then my next step is going to be the motion. I'm just going to keep doing this repeatedly from different areas. So I did on this side, so do the same thing on the other side. And do it in front of her, beside her. this eye. All good, no reaction. You notice I don't have her lead rope on, so she's just standing here on her free will. If she wanted to take off, that would be okay. I can lunge her around a couple more times, call her back in, and then start over from the very beginning. All right, so the next thing is to work on the quiver and the arrows. Back up. Back up. Let her inspect it on her own. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing I did with the bow. I'm just going to rattle this around her before I touch her with it. So this thing might be rattling. It might be rattling when I'm riding, and I want her to get used to that noise. Now she's got her head kind of raised up, looking all wild-eyed. I'm going to stay right here until she brings her head down some. See how her ears are pointed backwards too? She's a little bit concerned about it, but not concerned enough to move or do anything crazy, so. Slowly dropping her head down. There, you see it dropped just a touch, just a little bit, but that was just enough to let me know that she's not that worried about this anymore. So I'm going to do it a few more seconds and then move on. See, her head's already coming back down a little bit more. See if it raises back up when I do it again. Nope. It's a good sign. Okay, the next step is I'm going to touch her with it and kind of use it like it's a scratching tool. Kind of rub her with it. She seemed a little concerned about this the other day when I had her out, but I think if I spend a little bit more time with this, rattling it, that After a while, it won't even phase her anymore. I'm just going to rub her all over with it. Bump it on her hoof. I'm not hitting it hard, mind you, just tapping. Because you never know what'll happen when you start working with these horses and this stuff. I mean, this thing could come off, this could break loose, it could fall off and tumble around. I don't want her to freak out because of it. So that's why spending the extra time doing this will really pay off in the long run. Okay, she doesn't seem too bothered with that. Now I'm going to clank it around on the saddle. I'm going to be loud and clumsy with this. I'm not going to hem haul and do it all lightly. I'm going to really start banging this thing around. Because if she could take this, she could take a light bump, right? What we do to one side, you got to make sure you do it on the other side. Good girl. Very good. Okay, she did very, very well. I'm so proud of her. This only being the second time. I didn't film the first time, but I'm going to film it from here on out. So the next step is to start shooting arrows into the target. And again, I want you guys to notice I don't have her tied off to me or anything. So if she wanted to take off, she can. I'm not going to try and hold her back or anything. So whatever she does is what she does, okay? So I'm going to pull the target in and shoot some arrows in it and let her get used to the sight and the sound of me drawing back and hitting the target with an arrow. Hopefully she doesn't freak out over the target. That would be something. I didn't sack her out with the target, so keep that in mind. Okay, apparently she's not bothered by the target either. What a good girl. Alright. Alright, come on, back up. Back up. Back up. Can't be scared of the target. You're not afraid of anything else. The other eye. You gotta think of their eyes as two separate brains. Okay. So I'm gonna set that right there. I'm gonna draw. And again, no lead rope, she's only wearing a halter. So if she takes off running, then she just takes off running. I don't want her eating. This is not a lunch break. Little flinch, not bad. She wants to sniff the bow, I'll stop and let her smell it as long as she wants to. Okay. That's good. Little flinchy, but not bad. Remember, I'm on the left side, so I have to do the same thing on her right side too. So I'm going to shoot a few arrows on this side. Then I'm going to go around to the other side. Not bad, not bad. All right, going back to her flinchy side. She's got her nose right on the arrow right now, so I'll let her sniff that out. Back a little bit. She's actually walked up to the target. I'm happy about that. Almost there. Good girl. Good girl. And the more I do this, the more that flinching will go away. She'll be like, okay, nothing's happened to me. These 100 times she shot an arrow, nothing bad happened, so I can calm down and ignore that. So we'll get to that point eventually. The most important thing is not to rush these types of things because it is something new. And if they are scared, it's our job to help them work through that fear that nothing bad's going to happen. So you have to be patient and consistent. You have to make sure you're doing the same thing over and over and take your time. It's going to come up here with me to the target. I'm going full draw now. Before I was doing it about half, 3/4. Now I'm going full draw. think she likes that. Alright, look on the other side. She's licking and chewing. Those are all good signs. Over here to this side. Full draw. Big whack. No flinch. Not bad, not bad. It's progress. Every little progress is good. Got her nose right up on that arrow. That's all good. I don't think I could have asked for any better right now. This only being her second time with me doing this. She's done exceptionally well. Very happy. And once again, I'm going to point out that I don't have her tied here to anything. If she wanted to walk away on her own free will, she could definitely do that, but she stayed right here. So that says a lot for her bravery, for her actually walking up to the target and wanting to inspect it. I'm going to allow that. I'm not going to discourage her curiosity at all. She was a little concerned about the plastic sound in the beginning. I think she's okay with it. Place it in different spots. Touched her, she hadn't flinched. It touched her belly, no reaction. Now to do the same thing on the other side. Start right here in front of her. Move around. Flop it down, because it may fall over when I hit it with an arrow. It could fall over. No reaction. I'm bumping her legs with it. Nothing. Nothing. Good. All good stuff. So I shot the arrow in front of her. Now I'm going to shoot it. I have the sound come off on the side of her. Let me start on this side. Might be able to do that. She keeps wanting to follow me. That's not a bad thing. Girl. Now I'm going to set it behind her. Hope you guys can see. the other side. And move her over some. Yeah, it's nothing. It's nothing. Yeah. Good girl. Well, y'all, that lesson went so well. I'm going to end it right here. She's not flinching anymore. She's doing really, really well. I'm very proud of her. And the next time, I'm going to get on her back and start all over, showing her the bow, and then start over with the quiver. Now she's walking away and eating grass. So let me go catch my horse. Thank you for joining us, and I'll see you next time. Bye.